always the place you should go to get your morning brew. And who? And it is Ty Cooper and Romeo. Protect your something I can't see. And Portia Monique, think, think, think. We love you guys. Wake up, wake up. This is Rolling Out AM, the wake up call. Great look, Portia.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping, and I'm ready to fly. Time to get ready, ready for another day. No one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. Oh, 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 oh. You do your best, best, and I do mine, mine. So let's get ready, ready, ready. 'Cause it's about that time. Good morning, morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning, dance and play. Good
morning.
Good, open your eyes. Good
Morning.
morning, 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 morning to you.
Brilliant.
Good morning, 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 morning.
I'll call you back after I take a break. About 15 minutes. Go ahead, brush your teeth.
Morning to you. Good morning, morning,
Get up. Get up, Bert. Love you.
you see me on my grind. Stars got to shine. I'm a supernova. Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to stride to it. So let me hear you say, every day we gonna learn and play.
Every day we're going to learn to play. It is your day. This is your time. Be sure to go out and stand in line if you have to. Just make it your day. This is vote, vote, vote. Have it our way. We're making a change. And here it is today with Ty Cooper, Romeo, Portia Monique. Have a good day. Wake up, you guys. It's Rolling Out Morning Show with
Morning, y'all.
AM. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Ty Cooper, bow tie.
Yes, I have my vote necklace on.
Sounds like something you got from the trap over there with Portia Monique in the trap.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, vote.
You can get yours. You can get yours.
Get yours.
You can get it.
Portia, I'm loving this baby doll. Just like, look on you. It is everything.
You know what it reminds me of, Romeo? It reminds me of Lovecraft. It kind of feels very classically 50s, very classically 50s. Yeah. She could definitely be getting in a big car, driving off, or sitting up at the drive and dine so she could be there, or at some roller skating ring with a big flared skirt. So, yeah. Boom, boom, bling, bling.
I love it.
Watch the show, though. But she don't watch the show, so we can't give her that credit.
I do watch the show. Don't do that. I
just
need to catch up.
But you know, she's a star studio with the wind up. She has a big show. Maybe she'll, but it's an opportunity. We could have a watch party and everybody could do the finale together. She could actually manage that. She could do it. That would be dope.
Let's do that.
Finale watch party with Star Studio, and then invite some guests or somebody on so we can do it. So I think that's it. It's right after your show, so we can have a special watch party on the platform.
Let's do it. That'll be dope.
The only thing I can think about are those two little girls. Where they're actually. But those two little scary girls, I was like, that's why I did that, because I've been having nightmares about them little girls.
Oh Lord.
And so, Ty, you're exactly where I was when I was sitting there. I went, and then the Asian lady and he are in that bed, and you sitting there, and I'm like, and then I went to bed, and I had a nightmare with a little man that had, I'm like, I had the gremlins, because, in my mind, I'm always thinking stories to write, and I was like, Romeo, that's not the place to be, that is love.
Right.
No pickups, all her lines are pickup lines, and closing the door. I mean, that was not something I wanted to see and go to sleep.
Oh, right.
To sleep too.
I had to think about it like this. I was like, okay, Ty, first of all, it's not real. One. And two, right. I started to go behind the scenes because I'm usually on set and we do certain things like that. So I was like, man, the makeup artist and the hairstylist and like the fashion designer, they killed it on that. They made it look so real that we are now having nightmares about it. But shout out to that team that did create those looks. It is absolutely there. They were incredible.
Those girls brings us to another point where instead of celebrating Halloween, we're going to celebrate Star Studio makeup artists during the whole week of Halloween for Star Studio, the back end, the backstage, and those who are able to create the macabre. So we love the idea of decadence and eerie and spooky, but we're going to celebrate it from a professional side so that we can showcase those individuals like yourself who are behind the scenes, the mirror, what creates that whole mirror effect, what we see that we didn't know was created. So I think Portia's going to put that together with Star Studio. So Ty's really excited about that. So we won't be just celebrating Halloween. We'll be saying the creators of the look, the feel.
The avant-garde.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
But it's really like the Candyman, the Candyman, the brother that's in the Candyman. So
we don't need him on Munson. Wait a minute now.
Let me tell you, the if I can remember, the Halloween movie that freaked me out the most, I think was the Chucky one. Because
Chucky.
Because it was to me. It was like close to real because people got stuffed animals in their house and dolls in their house and stuff like that. Man, let me tell you something. Do y'all remember which Halloween scared you the most? Which Halloween character or movie scared you the most?
I always get freaked out by real life stuff. Like it's not a character because with the makeup stuff I'd be like, oh, that's a clown. All this, but when it's like poltergeist and people getting like, I'd be like, ooh, like that new movie that's coming out that you showed.
Spell. You talking about Spell with Omari Hardwick and Loretta Devine?
Like that type of stuff. It freaks me out.
I've never allowed myself to believe that it was real, so I could never be scared. So
that's
even
as a
kid,
it is.
No, it is unfortunate because as a kid, I would always.
The reality is more like Get Out. Like the worst thing I think is the Get Out, the nightmare that people don't understand why we want social justice. Like that's the worst frightening real movie in our lives. Like the imagination of being hung and being black. Like and somebody like that is like the worst nightmare. And when they talk about trauma, that traumatizes our whole culture. So sometimes when I see things like that in a movie, it just ticks off something different. And so I'm with you, Portia, in terms of real life. Like when the guy Jordan Peele did Get Out, you're like, you could be in the whole murder.
Right. So something like that.
Yeah. Funnier, but I can't wait, Romeo, as the narrative goes, where you can go into a whole town and everybody really belongs to a secret service or a secret society, and visitors are there thinking that they're really just there, and it's a black town and we're just here, and people bring their guests to be knocked off by us, and yes, it's what we do. It's professional. We require.
So Munson, now you talking all this social justice. I get it, I understand, but you're not afraid of any other type of you and Portia. Y'all saying
even as a kid, like I've always been so realistic that I'm like, that shit fake. That's fake.
I don't think it's those. I mean, I love the idea of gremlins. I clearly think space people are definitely here. So when you think about that, I'm in the comic book business, and I'm getting back into having a comic book come out in February. So the whole idea of it, thanks, Ty, is I really thought about the monsters. So when you think of Men in Black and that whole universe, that's kind of the enjoyment and pleasure that I have that you think about. Because sometimes I look at people and I'm like, you're not quite human. You're another species.
Wait a minute, Monson.
People, you can look at people like that.
I've seen some greeters at different stores. I've seen some people who literally their face is just holding on. It is really not on there. And I think they're among us.
I agree with them. There's
I think there's among us. Or I've seen people eat food, and you're like, now how do you eat that food? How did you eat that? Or how did you eat so much of that? You know, like there must be something inside you that's allowing you to eat all of that.
I cannot. Today.
Hey, check this out. So on Facebook, Lewis King said Jeepers Creepers. Joy Dawson said Freddy. Kathleen Collins, now I don't know how this makes sense, but she said prison movies scare her. I don't know.
Because they the realest. Those are the realest. You be like, ooh, do that really happen?
And that's what I'm saying, Kathleen. The situational kind of horror. You know what I mean? Like, you know, literally when they think about it, and it's a horror movie, think about Sandra Bland. Like literally, that was just a movie gone bad. She ends up hung in jail, and she was already, you see her attacked. Mm-hmm. And then that's a whole nightmare. Yeah, I could see prison. Because jail ain't no place. And then all of a sudden tomorrow, she died. Mm-hmm. Like, who does that? That's a bad movie. Horrible movie for a uprising. So I'm with her. And there's circumstances you can't see. And then everybody that knows it is living their life like there's nothing happened. Mm-hmm. You know? And then when you see people eating people, cannibalism. That goes to it. So
in real life?
In real life.
Oh, you know, when they talk about, you know, and then you got all this training that's happening on all these different streaming platforms, and they got The Minds of a Murderer and Criminal Minds.
Those are the ones that scare me. Those are the ones that I watch.
They start spoofing different movies. You know, my favorite is your guy that plays, he's in prison, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know.
Oh, I read his book.
You read his book, girl?
I had to. It was a school assignment.
Oh, Lord.
I read it at daytime. I was like,
so what was the movie with Jodie Foster and
was that Alien? Somebody said Alien on Facebook.
Yeah, Alien played that role. But see, once again, they're with me. That's why I'm saying it's like something you don't know that's here, that's really there, and you know.
Right. I do agree with the real life ones, man. So this should be an interesting Halloween, especially, and I do agree with Munson, man. First of all, you're not going to tell me as long as this earth has been around, there's nobody else on this earth. Not finna play with that one. So I agree with you. We definitely not the only people in this universe.
Yeah, it's just amazing though, watching a movie where there was two dimensions. If you kind of think of how they're talking about it, whether it's the people that have, I live in another planet above the planet and we come down. I mean, there are all these two-dimensional world ideas that are going. But this germ, every movie about a germ, and all of a sudden we're in a pandemic. All of a sudden we're wearing masks. All of a sudden people are afraid of a germ. That narrative has been written a long time, and now we're experiencing it. Come on.
That's true. That's true.
It has to be the word.
The next Halloween movie we should be expecting will be entitled 2020. 2020.
2020, throw that ass. 2020.
We say, Ty, we in a scary movie right now.
Man, come on. Come on, we're in a scary movie right now.
Everybody wearing a mask every day. You're walking around. That's the new norm.
For real. Like,
about eyes. Everything. You look at somebody about eyes.
Like, it's a lot.
Like, why are you trying to talk to me? Why? Is it some?
Are you smiling? Are you crying? What's really going on? Are you smiling? Are you frowning? Are you going to get me? Leave me alone.
Right. No. This is great. Oh, and plus, I can't wait to bring up my report. Yesterday, my aunts went out and voted. Well, my mom went and then my aunt lived together. They went out and voted. And to the young man, I'm going to personally to the gentleman that walked up to my aunts to try to explain to them why and who they should vote for. Brother, let me tell you something. If you value your eye, I guarantee you, don't do that. This is the wrong family, brother.
It must have been the opposite opponent. From what they were voting for, like who they wanted to vote for.
It was the opposite. My aunts, a majority of my aunts are in Albany, Georgia. And apparently, you know, those people are out there saying whatever. But let me tell you something. This is what's funny to me, Ty, because I know how you are. I know how poor she is. Who y'all think y'all walking up on?
Yeah, this is what you gotta do. Hold on, boo.
It is too late. It's like, come on. If they're there, they know who they're voting for. So now you picking. And now you're finna get a fight. Because it's like, come on.
That's my point. That's my point.
Don't be walking up on me. You already know I'm here to vote for who or whoever I want to at this point. My decision I've decided. So why are you at the voting places picking on people? That's what you're doing. They should be put in jail. Get your own.
That's why I love Ty. You gonna catch this fade, and then I'm gonna call my lawyer and be like, "Hey, can you go get me?"
Fade. Right.
You gonna catch the fade. Nobody got time to play, but I'll tell y'all about it. because what Ty said, and I don't get me wrong, I'm all for peace, but this seems not to be working. Right. Like, you know, hey, back away from me. Hey, get away from me. Hey, please, like that don't seem to work.
You gotta throw a couple cussing words in there and then ask God to forgive you afterwards. And be like, you better move your
forgiveness. That forgiveness is key because you don't do it with the intentions on asking for forgivenness. So you gonna move.
Exactly. Move. Ooh, I'm just gonna
out the way.
Right.
You're gonna get it today.
Y'all terrible.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Hallelujah. All right, y'all. Let's get into my report real quick. I just want to remind y'all that we are still in a pandemic. And historically speaking, pandemics have created millionaires, and so it's not too late for us to get on that bandwagon. 2020 is still here. We are in the middle of October, but stocks are soaring, and most Black people are missing out. So, just a report that we read the other day. Shout out to Gil Perry Mason for sending this, but only 33.5% of Black households owned stocks in 2019, according to data recently released by the Federal Reserve. Among white households, the ownership rate is nearly 61%. Y'all. Wow. Right. Hispanic and other minority households are also less likely than white families to own stock.
It's not a shared knowledge though, right?
What was that?
I mean, stock is not really, I mean, I know about it, you'll know about Todd, but it's not really a shared knowledge type of thing. Like
it should be though. It should.
It should be, but you don't like when I think, and that's why the educational system is messed up. Like you don't know about it in high school, you barely know about it in college, and when by the time you do figure out about it, it's like you in your later years. So
yeah,
you're right. It is taught to other colors earlier, way earlier.
Exactly, yeah. So experts are saying many reasons are behind the split. Among them is the longstanding preference by many Black investors for safer places to put their money. The legacy, some say, of decades of discrimination and fear. Also, many were never taught what they were missing out on. So to your point, Romeo. But that's no longer an excuse, right? So we got to get out here. We have to, in terms of never being taught what they're missing out on. Now is the time of the information age. People have information at their fingertips. People can go out, research. People have other resources. They have investment bankers. They have people that they can talk to, financial resources. Kathleen Colin is actually one. She's actually in Detroit. She's a great resource. So people, you have to tap into your resources, get information where you can, look stuff up on the internet, make sure that you're doing your due diligence. There are all type of information that's out there that will help you if this is something that you want to do. You just have to make a decision that this is what you want to do. It's not
agree, because you can like my daddy say, y'all know I always say my daddy quote. You can take a horse to the water.
Yeah.
Make them drink. And a lot of black people, we be holding on to that little dollar bill, like
putting it under our mattress. Why we still got money under our mattress, y'all? Like, stop, for real.
Because what we have done is made money a trend instead of a treasure. It's become a, hey, look what I got. It's become a, like, I still crack up when I see people take pictures with money. I'm like, that is the dumbest shit ever. Like, what are you
making yourself a target though? For real.
Yeah.
So I don't think black people value. I honestly don't think majority of black people value money in the sense of ownership, legacy. I think it's, I need it right now. I need to show it off right now. I got 20 cars and I only drive 2 of them. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's, you need to divert that energy to getting money, more money, and not diverting that energy to, okay, let me set up this photo shoot. Let me do this. Let me do that. Because a lot of the times, I'm not going for nobody, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
People on social media, they may have a gazillion followers, but they ain't got one dime. And they don't even know how to transfer those 6-figure followers into $1, which will make them 6 figures or more. So it's like, there's definitely need to be some type of educational standpoint. But to Portia's point, that you also have to be willing. You also have to want to, invest your money and not have it like this right here. Hey, what up? Now, if I take one of these, and I put a,
okay,
that's advertisement, right? That's what you do. So if you're gonna promote your promote your business, like put it out there, like. And try to figure out how to reinvest, even in our community. It doesn't even have to be in different ways. So yeah, I
teach them.
I'm just saying. Yeah, and even for our youth, like I have separate accounts for both of my boys. I gave them some money so that they could play within the stock market. They do their own research. They buy their own stocks. They make their own decisions. It's their money, even though it go to my account. They don't necessarily, but it's their money to. It's their money to play with. One has an account with TD. Is it TD Investments? I think it's TD Investments, and the other one has a Robinhood account. So they're, comparing and contrasting. We talk about the Apple stock split. They talk about buying stock. My youngest was like, Mom, I want some Amazon stock. I said, baby, me too. Me too. That little expensive.
That is so dope for him even say, I want Amazon stock. Like, you don't have people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. Talking about some stock, Portia, that is dope. But maybe we can have somebody come on because we do have a lot of listeners that I'm sure that's already chiming in on Facebook and, our other platforms that want to know or get at least some type of specialist or an expert to help them. Some people don't know where to go and who to talk to. So maybe we should get somebody.
We definitely have some, especially in the Detroit market, that we can tap into. And I'm sure that they will be happy to come on and talk to us about investing, stocks, and all of that.
Make sure it's on a Wednesday or Friday so I can listen in too.
All right, girl.
So check this out, fellas. I'm gonna give y'all a layup. This is the Romeo financial plan. Right now, I'm glad you said that, Portia. I got a personal account. I got an account for my mom. I have an account for my family. I have a future boo account. and I have
your boo.
I have an extra account. So basically, I sat down with my financial advisor like 2-3 years ago, and I separated my account into 5 separate accounts, just so that I personally can make sure, hey, if my aunt ever called me and she needs something, I ain't stressing. I got it. My future girl, boo, whatever. When I get to that point, we set, we straight. I don't got to deal with her extra stuff. Or if I want some play money, hey, Cheetahs, Magic City, I got that too. So I'm telling fellas, learn how to manage your money to your needs. Well, Ty, I'm just saying, Ty, you got to manage your money.
That's the example we use.
Well, who's that?
Who's that? Hold on.
Bring him up. Don. We like, where's Don gonna come in, baby, on your tail.
I'm just coming from. The point was to make sure that you got money, whether it's invested or yourself financially playing. Great job, Portia, with your sons. Great job.
Yeah, that was the point. Let's divert that.
Yes.
Real quick. But we got it, Romeo. And you know what? That's good, because we need to hear things like that from a young Black male out there getting it and reinvesting his money in different ways. So yeah. We get it. You didn't have to throw that last part in there, but we get it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Ty? To give your husband credit and to give Muncie credit, the one thing I learned from when my father passed, when I tell you my mother is secure, like to know a man who worked hard every day, but in his passing, my mother didn't have to worry about a thing.
Wow.
That set something in my soul. Like that right there set something in my soul. Like I was sitting up here crying and worried about this, that, and the third, and then you get these notices like, oh, that's paid for. Oh, that's paid for. Oh, that's paid. I'm like, well, what the hell do I supposed to do? I thought that was my job. So I'm telling you, fellas, just like my caption says, protect women, man. Protect women, whites, but protect your women, man. Hey, my Dawn.
Hey, good morning.
We heard somebody off in the background.
The power of the unmute.
Right.
The power of the unmute Dawn before it's time for Dawn to go on. So we got to be careful with that piece.
We was like, is Ty throwing her voice? Who is that?
Now, I am a spirit being, so always remember I'm around.
All right. Good morning.
So I'm gonna need my Romeo to give a better example than that next time.
The Magic City.
Next time.
But his play fund.
Yeah, right. Play fund. Okay, let's go with a boys' trip to Vegas, baby.
Stays
in Vegas.
He's on a spiritual retreat right now, Dawn. He's on a spiritual retreat right now. So
see, so I'm
his spirit should be in another better place.
all in love. All in love.
You know what? Dawn thinks she's slick. I see why Dawn got that innocent face. Dawn would be like, and you should do this and do this and do this, but it's all in love. You ain't slick.
Well, I will finish my report after Dawn and Shay's go with the flow in the morning. And we are welcoming Richard Robinson to the show.
Good morning.
Is Shay on yet? I'm not sure if Shay's on yet. I know we're a little early today. But Robert, good morning. Can we get you to turn your camera landscape, please?
Yes.
Well, we definitely should all feel safer with Richard in the room. He's safe.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, I heard.
There's a gun in every part of his house on him. So just so you know.
Well, not currently, but I keep it close. Close.
Right, my bad.
Yeah, we need some help. We were actually talking about this last week, and we were talking about it on my show on Sunday nights regarding women and guns and all of this. And one of my co-hosts, she's actually going for her CPO right now. And anyway, tell us all about it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to hijack y'all, but welcome to the show, Richard. And
I appreciate you.
Yes, introduce yourself to our morning show, and then we'll go from there.
Will do, will do. So, Richard Robinson, thank you guys for having me on. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. So I started a company called Strong Arm Protection LLC. I started that company at the end of 2017. The gist of that company, so I do armed and unarmed security. But as you guys can imagine, in recent events, a large part of what I've been doing is permit to carry classes. So I'm a licensed firearm instructor in the state of Minnesota. So what I do, I aim mostly toward Black and brown people to get them licensed and carried, and learning, self-protection and making sure that themselves and their family members are good to go. So those classes, I've probably seen an uptick past 6 to 7 months, well over 75–80% more than what I usually see. So Black and brown folks are really, really stepping up, in particular women. I would say 90% of my classes are generally women. So that's been a really, really beautiful thing to see, to make sure that folks understand that, it's time to get on board. So
mm-hmm. I don't even know where to go with this.
Hey, I know, right?
I'll let Don and Shay do their
thing. He's trying to shut everybody up in the morning. You know it's 7:30 there. He got his gallon already. Don't do that. Don't be trying to show off.
My sister and I just took the class, and we are now certified on Saturday. And it was,
wow.
Yeah, so we did a sister. We grew up shooting guns, but we're like, we need to be legal to carry. And no pun intended. But it was a wonderful class. Not just the information, but he really engages the whole class. So it was just a great time, a great Saturday afternoon. So I highly encourage people to do it. I feel better about all the knowledge I got, what I didn't understand about the laws. And that's what I love that we're going to get into is the laws that he really explains, because that's what Black people and brown people need to know. So there is less gun charges.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't know what you don't know. So
right.
So here's the fear factor as a Black male, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. My dad did. My mom does. I don't, because I got these hands, and anybody can get these hands real quick. I'm just saying, I box, so I got these hands.
Yeah.
But the fear factor is two things. One, everybody at this point in time in the world is upside down, and it seems like guns are becoming a accessory more than a protection. It's becoming like a purse, a wallet, more than protection. So now I have to ask myself, what's the seriousness of people? Are they just getting it to get it, or are we really at a point where something is about to break?
Yeah.
So that's my first question.
Okay, so the trend that I've seen, most part, so this country in particular, in the past 6 months, we've seen an unprecedented amount of new firearm owners. In June alone, almost 4 million people applied for the permit to carry in this country. So we're talking about 1 month. So we're seeing an uptick of people getting firearms because there's a lot of uncertainty, right? A lot of people think that just because you buy this pistol or you buy this shotgun or rifle that that's the end of it, and it's really not. You know what I mean? That's just the first step to the whole process. As you mentioned earlier, a lot of people do feel like it's an accessory. You know what I mean? When it comes to me and firearm safety is utterly important. Number one, and making sure that I convey that to my students that you have to shoot consistently, monthly, if not bi-weekly. So a lot of people don't really understand the severity of what they have in their hands, and the power that we're talking about changing a life and families' lives, in your life and your family's life going forward. So my job as an instructor is just get the people thinking outside of that box. What does this look like for me? But utmost making sure that I get home to my wife and my 4 daughters first and foremost, and making sure that we are good as a whole, and then moving forward from there. So I've definitely seen people feel like, I tell my students all the time, don't buy a pistol because it's cute, right? And you'll get people that do that, like, oh girl, I like this one right here. That's not the way to go, because what you're doing is that you're accessorizing that whole process. You know what I mean? My firearm is will never be taken out. 95% of the time, if I do draw my firearm, somebody's getting shot. but I know the legalities behind that, so that it's not something that's just like a big stick, or to be a big tough guy. None of those kind of things really I care for. Like you said, hands first and foremost. But we got away from that. We got away from that as a culture. So, that's where we're at right now.
So Richard, let's talk about the legality of owning a gun.
Yes.
By the way, my gun's not cute, and neither is Shay's gun.
I sure do. You got that 40, right? You got that big boy.
We come hard, Romeo. The wellness queens come hard.
There we go.
Do not step in our homes.
Terrible.
So let's talk about the legalities of gun ownership.
So there's a multi-tiered facet to it when it comes to legal things. The first thing I always tell my students, first and foremost, if you are going to carry that hammer, that you get permit to carry insurance. A lot of people, Black folks in particular, don't know what permit to carry insurance is. I recently did a group at a church that got certified this past Sunday, and the pastor carried, right? He was carrying in church, which is completely fine. I support that wholeheartedly. But he didn't know what permit to carry insurance was, right? And that's just a really big thing that everyone should have. I don't care, if you plan on carrying outside your home, if you don't, whatever that looks like. So the concept of permit to carry insurance is that, so you pay a company, and there's a bunch of companies out there. I don't want to promote one in particular because they don't pay me, but do your due diligence, right? And so the beauty about the insurance that I have in particular, so I pay them $35 a month. That $35 a month, the service. So let's say in the event I shot somebody, they will post my bail, so I get to go home that night. They will provide an attorney on retainer for me that will represent me throughout the whole court process, so I don't have to worry about finding my own attorney. They have scene cleanup if it's in my house or my car, mental health reimbursement, going back and forth talking to a mental health practitioner for whatever reasons, lost wage reimbursement, going back and forth to court, losing money for my job. They will replace my pistol because the pistol I shot somebody with is evidence. Not gonna see that one. I have up to $1 million of civil coverage to where a family can sue me up to $1 million and it will not come out of my pocket.
Wow.
$35 per month.
Look at Romeo's face. You got to go get that, don't you, Romeo?
I got to do y'all, so I'm safe right now.
And so the average court fees of this process is $250,000 on average. And that $250 got to come out of somebody's pocket. So I would rather pay this $35 a month. It's like insurance for anything we got in our life. Any insurance that you have, it's a what if, right? What if you get into a car accident, you get a new car, if something happens to your house, you get a new house. So when it comes to that, it's utterly important. But back to the legalities, all right? So the state of Minnesota in particular has went above and beyond to make sure that in a public setting, drawing your pistol and using your pistol is never your first option, never your second option, maybe that third option, and most likely that fourth option. Laws and statutes dictate that. A lot of people think that, okay, I get to this little verbal argument, I can go ahead and pull out my pistol. No, you cannot. In the state of Minnesota, we have a duty to leave. So a lot of southern states, I don't know if you guys saw in Nevada, a Black man, I don't know where he was, but he was walking away. So Nevada's a stand your ground state. He was walking away, a white male walked toward him and he shot that white male. In the state of Minnesota, you have to at least try to leave that situation before you try to use your firearm. There's a bunch of multi-tiered steps before you get that far. And at the end of the day, you have to justify your actions in front of a jury, right? So the jury is going to dictate everything. Go ahead.
So that's one of my issues, right? Because in a simple form, there's no, and we all know, because we see it going on today with all the different laws, there's no standard. You go from Georgia to New York to whoever to wherever, there's no standard. So technically having a gun and pulling out a gun is a bigger risk than anything, because once you let that first round go, you're subject to, like you said, knowing the laws. And to Don's point, to Don's question, how are you supposed to know the laws? Like for every location? Like that's impossible.
So in particular, in my class, I focus and I tell my students, like, yo, we're only talking about Minnesota law, right? We ain't talking about California law. We ain't talking about Texas law, so Minnesota law specifically. The beauty part is that when you get your permit to carry in Minnesota under the right instructor, it's valid in 26 different states, right? So I can carry ideally in 26 other states, but like you just said, those laws change in every state. And people have to have that knowledge of how to navigate around that. There's this really awesome app. As y'all know, white folks love guns, right? There's no shortage of that. There's this app I paid $2 for. And ironically, it's a gun in front of an American flag, right? So what it is that it has every gun law in this country. It's beautiful. It updates automatically. It gives you statutes, regulations, where you can carry, where you can't carry, all those beautiful things. But a lot of people don't have that information, especially if you're traveling. So like, for example, our permit is valid in Nevada, but Nevada is a stand your ground state. So if I don't have that concept of what stand your ground is, that's going to vary from when I do, in the event I do go down to Nevada with my pistol. How do I move around that? So it's just about that. The education information is out there. A lot of people just don't know how and where to assess that information.
Man, you got Facebook. Ladies, you got Facebook blowing up. Saying,
I know. I'm looking.
Yeah. Phenomenal information. This is a great show. Good work. What's up? Go with the flow. Awesome information. This is because my fear, and don't get me wrong. If it come down to Don and Shay, I'm protecting them forever, right? Because they mine.
Yeah.
I've always had a concern as a Black male because when guns became trending, and I would see dudes on Instagram posting guns they shouldn't even nowhere near close to have. Or the 17-year-old assailant who killed those because he had an assault rifle. Like in my head, how are you 17-year-olds with an assault rifle? Like those type of things concern me more. The accessibility to gun or to certain guns that you should not have access to.
Well,
right. And so,
Richard, speak to the fact that white folks have the guns and white folks train their kids,
little kids,
from day one.
Right.
So that's the why. But Richard, you go ahead.
So when it comes to Black and white bodies, the stigma for white bodies and firearms is not really there. Like as y'all know, they take their babies out hunting 7, 8 years old. I saw a video of a little boy, no more than 6, 7 years old, at a gun show with his father. And his dad said, clear that rifle. That boy picked up that rifle in 3 seconds, cleared the round that was in that chamber and put it back down. 6, 7 years old, right? So it's part of their culture. It's who they are. Now, when it comes to Black and brown bodies in particular, we got to get rid of that stigma, right? We got to make sure that our babies are trained. I take my 16-year-old daughter to the gun range with me often, right? Knowing that, because she has to understand, this is going to be a part of your life. So now knowing that, how are you going to be safe and mitigate any kind of instances to where you hurt yourself or someone else? I tell my students all the time, if you have young people, nieces and nephews, children, grandbabies, and they need to go to that gun range, take them to the gun range. Every Tuesday night at Bill's in Robbinsdale in particular is kid nights. A lot of people don't know, they start at 10 years old. Bring your babies in there.
Question.
Every Wednesday night is ladies' nights, right? So, and we're also talking about gun culture. So gun culture in the Midwest, different from gun culture in the South, right? So we all know. So it's just one of those things is that up here in particular, we gotta educate. We have to educate, and we have to really get over that hump of, oh, these are bad. These are tools, right? And how you choose my pistol, my rifle, if I put it in the corner, it will be there for the next 10, 15, 20 years if no one touches it. It's not going to grow legs and just walk away. So it's all about what that user has and that knowledge base that user has in their hands to make the right decisions.
Richard, what is the app name? People, I guess, are inquiring about the app name that you mentioned.
The app. So I would have to look on my phone, but if you look on the Apple Store, it's I want to say it's like CCW. I can kind of look on my phone really, really, really quick. Sorry about that, guys.
I have a question for John and Shay while you're looking for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you guys decided to carry, did it change you mentally? Like when you decided to carry?
There is a huge responsibility when you make the choice to carry a gun. Mm-hmm. I'm actually more aware, more empowered not to use it. But I still have a level of comfort because I know what to do with it if it goes down. Richard did an amazing job of basically telling us as gun owners what, not to shoot the gun. Unfortunately, I wish the police knew that,
Right.
but for us as citizens, for us as Black women, I need to protect myself, and I am a single mom, and I need to make sure that my household is covered. So that's actually a good segue, because people need to know what happens if you shoot someone.
And before we go there, Dawn, I wanted to ask you, do you carry your gun everywhere with you? Like, what's your protocol for carrying your gun? Do you take it out on regular trips to the grocery store? Like, do you carry it everywhere all the time?
Well, first of all, it's a nerve. First of all, it takes practice to because again, there's an anxiety associated with even the feel of that on your hip. Okay. And I have a compact gun. I have a 40 caliber Glock 27. Mm-hmm. And so you feel the heat and feel the weight of that gun, but it's just a confidence building. But number one, Richard says, go to the gun range and practice first. So you're building up that inner confidence, to do that. So it's baby steps. I'm not saying run out, no, I'm not saying doing any of the above, right, Richard? It's like, it's a muscle that you have to learn and practice. So you do have the confidence. But again, with his teachings and the different steps that you really do have to go through as far as the protocol of when I pull out this gun. And more importantly, if it does happen, he tells you exactly, because unfortunately the responsibility is on us if we shoot someone. We're the ones that go down in the concept of protecting ourselves, that we have to be in the know. So this whole process as Black people is for us to be in the know. White people know this stuff from day one.
And see, my experience is different. So I grew up shooting with my father, who's from the South, in the backyard and going to the gun range. So I knew I needed to not be one of those that was not carrying a gun that wasn't legal. I was like, you know what? Let me not be that. But I have a different experience. And Richard saw me and my sister. I'm not scared at all. I'm ready to go. And when I say that, I remember what he said in class. Remember when you pull out that gun, you are shooting to kill. Like, you are not pulling out. And at this point in our country, and as Dawn says, being a mother of 2 teenage kids, and it's just the 3 of us in the home, I have to be ready at all times. So I will be carrying mine on me. I've had already situations this summer that I was like, dang, why didn't I take Richard's class already? I felt like I needed to protect, and I wasn't able to protect myself in the proper way. But it's something that my kids are completely involved. They are so happy I did it. They said, when can we go? So Richard, we'll be doing one-on-ones.
Absolutely.
And he really helped my sister. My sister was very nervous. It took me a year to talk her into this. And now she is so glad. She's like, when can we do one-on-ones with Richard? Like, she wants to go, where I have been going to the gun range for years, and that was her first experience. But he does an amazing job. And I think, like Donna and I spoke, that a Black man is teaching us is a whole nother level of respect that I have for what he does, what he's teaching, and how engaged he is with each student, so they understand the responsibility when you go on these streets. If he could reach these teenagers, we have a lot of gunfire right now in Minneapolis, lots of teenagers killing each other, lots dying, very sad. If he could get to them and teach the families, man, that death rate would go down. That responsibility would go
actually, down. To interject, 2 things. First thing, shoot to stop, not to kill.
I was about to ask that, Richard. I was about to ask, because me and Portia, in the previous conversation, when we was talking about how police approach a situation, I've heard Dawn say, and I heard Shay say, if you pulling out, you shoot to kill. Why? So what happened to shoot the wound? Like, why is kill the first?
So is that what police do? Shoot to kill? They
right. I guess that's what we're thinking, Donna.
I tell my students is that when it comes to the police, they have a whole union, they have paid administrative leave, they have a whole attorney system behind them, they have millions of dollars, as we know, to pay a family off. When it comes to you have you. That's it. Nobody else. So when we're talking about shoot to stop, not to kill. So I tell my students, if I go into a gunfight, my job, my objective is to stop that person, right? So for example, I wouldn't shoot someone in their leg intentionally. Reason why? I could shoot somebody in their leg 3 times and they can still kill me because I've only injured them. I haven't stopped them. Big difference, right? Now, if I engage into a target, and let's say I put 3-4 rounds to that target, my job is to stop them. If they die during that process, so be it. But when I get in front of that court of law, my job is to tell them I was shooting to stop, not to kill, right? And another point I tell my students all the time is that do not aim for the head. Ever. Don't aim for that head. All right. 3 reasons why. Center mass every time. Put that pistol right here. 3 reasons why you want to aim for the head. Reason number 1, small circumference. So small targets, smaller targets are always harder to hit. Reason number 2, your heart rate is going to elevate, meaning you're going to start shaking more. Strike number 2. And then reason number 3, what they call intent. You all know what intent is. That prosecutor is coming for you. Make no mistake about that. If that prosecutor can articulate that you intended to aim for that head, meaning you intended to kill that person, now one more step closer going to prison. So center mass every time, because if I miss this, I still got all this I can hit. And that is my goal, because that's what police are trained for. Police are trained for this.
Y'all, right? We're gonna have to come back. We're gonna have to come back, but this is a very intriguing conversation. We need to know more about this. We need to be more educated. We need to know where we can find resources in our own state. I know when Christina Steed was here, she gave us a resource about some women, a women network for getting your CCW and networking with women. Black women who have their CCW license and all of that good stuff. But we gotta come back and talk about this stuff. Give us some tips. Give us some other resources in other states. Thanks for that tip with the app that you shared as well.
So the app, I found what it was. It's called CCW. If you put in like Android or Apple, CCW, and it's a pistol in front of an American flag.
Wow.
That doesn't represent what's going on.
Right? I think I pay about $2 to $3 for it. And once again, if you travel throughout the country, or even if you're just interested in what other laws have, phenomenal app of doing so. It updates itself and has all statutes and laws in there.
Well, thank you guys so much. Yeah,
I'm sorry. It was my pleasure.
I was gonna say, any final thoughts on gun ownership as we head on out?
Really quickly, because we got to wrap.
I would say this. The current administration has already shown us stand back and stand by. So pick them up.
Ready.
Pick them up.
I like somebody who ready. Ready. Oh, stay on ready. All right, y'all. We definitely are gonna have to come back. We got some. We'll be happy to have you back. So.
Real. I appreciate it.
Real. Yes, definitely.
Great guest, Donna and Shay. Thank you so much, Richard. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Richard.
Take care.
All right. Happy Wellness Wednesday.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy Wellness Wednesday. Yes.
Yeah, I better learn. I like that. I need that information.
You're not the only one that need it.
That information.
So I can get a gun.
And bejeweled. He said don't accessorize it, but I'm still like,
Lord, y'all don't start bejeweling no gun.
You know it. It's mine. It's mine.
Now, what kind of gun is that? Girl, this is a 45 crusted in diamond and jeweled. What are you shooting?
Glock. You gotta put that on there. Glock.
Dr. Byron Edmond, we can't. Your camera. Yeah, okay. You got to take it off a lock and then turn it. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you got to take it off a lock.
You track me.
We can see you. You ready for operation? What?
Hey,
yes.
I told you I'm a real doctor. I'm not going to even play with you. When it says
don't
Dr.
play.
Edmond, it means it. It means it and stuff. And on that CCW, Hey, my kid came in one time and said, hey, you know, Daddy, I'm glad we don't carry guns. I said, that's not true. Everybody in Atlanta, my entire family, you know, has weapons, and we believe in the importance of carrying weapons and stuff. That's my mama, my sisters, everybody.
Wow.
Everybody.
So that's it.
Well, you know, from you. Yes.
Hey, it's good to be here, you know, for sure.
So, Dr. Edmond, please go ahead and introduce yourself to our family.
Okay,
our AM family.
That's it. Okay, hey family. My name is Dr. B.K. Edmond. I was born I'm from Southwest Atlanta, attended Morehouse College and Harvard Medical School. But the reason I'm here this morning is because I have a real passion for breast cancer awareness. My mother's a survivor of breast cancer. And basically, I've also done some medical missions in the breast cancer field. And while I was doing some work over in West Africa, I came upon something that basically allowed us to approach breast cancer health in a kind of with a new twist to it. That, and, you know, a lot of times it's been here. We know about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we don't always have new things that we can tap into. What we were able to do when I was doing some research in West Africa, I was able to find 3 symbols that are like hundreds of years old. They are Afrocentric, the symbols for wisdom, versatility, and greatness. They're Adinkra symbols, but what it is if you move your hands in the pattern of the symbols, it will give you a state-of-the-art self-breast exam. So it's the easiest way to learn how to do a self-breast exam on yourself. And one of the main problems with self-breast exams, we don't have enough people that are doing it. And this is just an easy way to introduce self-breast exams to sisters in America, but also all over the world. I do it in the form of a short story called Nana and the Bushwoman. It's a 30-minute read. It's on iBooks and Amazon for $2.99. The bottom line is half the money is going to be going to address breast cancer and to support 2 nonprofits. So the reality is I'm just trying to tell people, everybody needs to read this story. It's been reviewed by 3 presidents of the National Medical Association. Valerie Montgomery down at Morehouse School of Medicine read it and gave it a great review as well. And the bottom line is it's just a new way of looking at breast health for African-American women. And that's why we're here today, telling you about this. And also, I'm not turned in for that CCW, and I want to come back for that next conversation to listen on that. But the bottom line is, the reality is that you guys are popping this morning for Wellness Wednesday, and I just appreciate you letting us have 5 or 10 minutes just to talk about breast health, because everyone talks about it, but they don't talk about how you can approach it and stuff like that in a new way. The symbols are kind of like this. So if you look, normally, this is what they talk about when they ask you to move your hand like wedges. This one corresponds to lines, and this one corresponds to circles. Now, we've been teaching women how to do self-breast exams using wedges, lines, and circles. But wouldn't it be more uplifting if every month you reminded yourself about the wisdom, versatility, and greatness that made you a Black woman? So the whole key is we're asking you once a month to celebrate the wisdom, versatility, and the greatness of Black women and sisterhood. That's all we're doing that's different. If you move your hands in these patterns, we've had them reviewed by breast cancer surgeons who've said that your exam will be just as good as the exam that you normally do. And that's it. It's more uplifting and positive, easier to remember. So wisdom, versatility, and greatness.
Wow.
If you want to, and it's a simple change. And when I was writing the book, I had a breast surgeon do an exam, and I watched the exam, and I saw his hands moving in the pattern. And then I said, oh my God, this is the link. And that's the link. So we're using 200 or 300-year-old symbols to train modern women on how to do proper self-breast care. That is the take-home message. And I appreciate y'all having me in.
You came through with a word this morning. We definitely needed to hear that. We have a great read for the weekend. It's called Nana and the Bushwoman. Everybody, go download
Nana and the Bushwoman. And the key is, it's called Nana and the Bushwoman. Very beautiful. It's Afrocentric, but the key is half the proceeds go to 2 organizations. One is called Sisters by Choice, which is based out of Atlanta, and they do free screening for breast cancer. The other is the Pink Frog. On October 23rd, they're going to be having their Pink Frog Gala that's going to feature Alvin Ailey dancers and such down in Atlanta. You can get to that online, and all we're doing is just raising money to try and address this breast cancer, which is really eating up the sisters in our community. 40% of the Black women in America present at an advanced stage, and also our death rate is 40%. is higher than the normal death rate from breast cancer. But over in West Africa, where the story is based, 70 to 80% of the women present with advanced disease. So they believe, a lot of people believe in West Africa, if you get breast cancer, it's automatic death sentence. But that's not the case. And we just need to have more and more sisters share their story to show that they're surviving. And my mama's name is Lee Dorothy Edmond. It's dedicated to Delisa Jordan and Karen Boom Boom Hart, both of them from Southwest Atlanta. And hey, love y'all and what y'all do. And I'm gonna continue to support you.
Dr. Edmond, you came ready this morning. Listen.
Right.
You came ready.
I'm just looking like.
Right, with a word. So we do have video that we would like to show as well.
Sure. You can show the clip on it and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's pull this clip up as well. But you did an excellent job. So is this a story? So can we watch it or?
Yeah, actually, see, the deal is we have the screenplay being made right now. It's a story that you read. It's only about 30 minutes long. So because I know a lot of people don't like long stories, so I made it nice and short and tight.
Yes.
But the key is when you read it, what happens is it's based in West Africa. So I put some different things in there to kind of introduce you to international health and international women's and the lives of women that are living over in Africa that to kind of draw you in. But then what's more important, the Nana is a stone cold sister girl. She's from Ghana, but she's been trained in living in Baltimore, DC area. And her best friends went to Spelman and such. You know, she's a sister girl, but she comes back. She comes back to Ghana. And when she comes back to Ghana, her husband's aunt is the female leader of the family, the matriarch. She has to go spend 4 weeks in the village, like in the countryside with the matriarch of the family. And it's during that period that the fun starts, man. And also what they find is that this matriarch of the household, she's leading quiet as kept a double life. And she's really a big woman, meaning she's a woman almost on par with Oprah Winfrey. And so there's a lot of sisterhood, a lot of quality women doing great things and powerful things. And it's an empowering story that's food for your mind, your spirit, and your soul. And I hope y'all go to it and enjoy it. This is something that your mamas can read and your aunties. I'm telling brothers to give it all your queens. Any queens in your life, get it to them. Can I close out just by reading one sentence?
Absolutely.
And this is the take home, and it's in the afterword. It says in some parts of the world, they don't talk about illness, because if you talk about illness, it's a shadow on your family. So this is the dedication. It says, may the burden of the secrets of mothers, daughters, sisters, and aunts who have suffered in silence and perished in fear be released this day. Through wisdom, versatility, and greatness, may each of us commit to seize all of life's blessings and live. And that's my blessing on all you sisters and all the people who turned into your show this morning.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. So we definitely have a great read to download over the weekend, to purchase, download, whatever we got to do to get it and read it. We will definitely be doing that. We thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. Producer Ashley, can we get you to share the book cover again so that we can see? And then we could also find out more information at the beadminproject.com.
Right. And the beadminproject.com is, you can go there and it'll have all your information and stuff. Okay. But more important, this thing is, it's a 12-month effort. So I'm getting it translated into Swahili, Arabic. We're getting the stories translated into French and Spanish so that we can target all of the diaspora that are linked to West Africa. All right.
That artwork is fire too. So
yeah, I
yes,
hope you enjoy
thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
Yes, we
it's what's
definitely
happening.
will. The
Okay, all right.
adminproject.com.
Yeah, beadminproject.com. It just breaks it down. And this is a labor of love for us because, like I said, y'all see what I do for a living. But,
yes, love it. You got surgeries today?
I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye.
All right,
Be blessed.
You too.
And I'm gone. All right.
All right. We appreciate you. We'll definitely be
God
downloading.
bless.
You too.
Yep.
Woo, that was fast. He's on a definitely.
He was ready. He was ready. Yes.
Yeah, he was so ready. I was like, woo, I'm still like,
right.
Okay. Didn't even know it was a movie. It was a mini movie.
Yeah, he said they're making it into one. So I can't wait to see it. I love like cultural stories like that really share a message that we can take with us and remember. And that also tells us about our history. So I will be downloading that book. I'm gonna read it this weekend. And
and it was really inexpensive. It's
$3, right?
Like $3.
$3 on coffee. I make my coffee at home, but y'all spend $3 on coffee.
Right.
Y'all can get that book. And like he said, kings, get it for your queens. Kings, get it for your queens. $2.99.
Yes.
The beadminproject.com, y'all. All right, Candace. On Facebook with the link. Okay. Candace said we ready. We getting that book. All right, y'all. Okay, what else we got? Am I finishing my report? Finishing my report?
Can't leave y'all.
Yes. Okay, y'all. So I thought this was super dope. Killer Mike, Andrew Young, Bounce TV's Ryan Glover, they all have teamed up to open a digital Black-owned bank, y'all. And it is called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Greenwood. It's named after Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it is called Greenwood. Yeah, so Ryan Glover, who owns Bounce TV, he founded Greenwood, and together the three, Killer Mike and as well as Andrew Young, who is he's the ambassador. I'm reading, y'all. Anyway, together they have unveiled their new platform after securing $3 million in seed money. Killer Mike, whose birth name is Michael Render, and we will have him on the show shortly too. He added that on his Twitter account, all are welcome to Bank Greenwood. It's for the culture, love, and respect. Good morning, y'all. So
yeah,
I think that's
I heard I seen an interview and read another article about their efforts in doing this digital Black bank. And I think that is so great because I really see an uprising with our culture for, Black people in general. They're redeveloping Black Wall Street in so many different ways. And what I love about their initiative in particular is the fact that they are also investing into Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
Like Slutty Vegan, she's opening up different more restaurants, or her chain is growing, and they are contributing and helping her to develop that. So they are giving back to the community as well, and also helping small business owners like ourselves, try and put more into our business, because our Black dollars are so powerful, like seriously. And they're just really tapping into that, and they're saying, okay, we don't have to beg, borrow, and steal from the other larger financial institutions that are predominantly white. We can have our own, and we can give to our own, because we won't turn you down. We will help you and educate you the right way. So I definitely love their initiative and what they have going on. Killer Mike is always in the community and giving back and providing platforms for our people. So definitely big ups to them.
Big up. So just a little bit more about the bank. The digital bank Greenwood is named after the former prosperous Black community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was nicknamed Black Wall Street. The district was completely destroyed by an angry white mob in 1921 and what has become known as the Tulsa Race Massacre. So if you guys don't know about that, go research that, Google that. It was real. It happened. They did that.
And we talk about Halloween, but that was a true horror story. And Lovecraft, I know we talked about that earlier, but the last episode, I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts.
Please don't.
Oh my God.
You gotta see it. It had me in tears. Like it was just, Romeo, like you feeling me?
The mixture of, and I know it's hard, and me and Ty, we know it's hard for people who don't watch it. The mixture of culture and magic and love and Black love, and oh my God, that director is fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, he cussed with it, but you get it.
Fucking amazing.
Got it. We got
I like that. I like that term. Fucking amazing.
Ty will tell you. If you watch, Ty will tell you. If you watch it, you see so many factors of a relationship, of what time period that is, history.
20s,
the 20s.
They really that show educates you. Like what did the producer say? Like it'll be 100 years come next year for Black Wall Street and the history. It's in Lovecraft does an amazing job by tying in all of this, educating us as well regarding what actually happened. It makes you want to fight somebody now when you see it. You be like, woo!
Right.
But it is so good. It's like, wow, that really happened. So we talk about Halloween and horror movies. Like, it's definitely an educational moment, but it's also something to inspire to say, how dare they? But we will overcome this. And what are we going to do to install like the black banks? And, what are we doing to put back into our culture, our communities, for our people, for us?
And just the last bit of information on the banks, it's not open yet. So Glover and Killer Mike boasted that the digital bank will open in January, and tens of thousands of Black consumers are already anxiously waiting to open an account, including me. So it's not open yet. It will be in
They have like people on deck waiting, like thousands. It opened up within 24 hours of like you can register, but like it is like a lot of people. I've read it.
Yeah.
They got a good thing going on, and we need to just continue their mission. So shout out.
Glover added that access to bank capital is crucial to building wealth. He said, quote, "We will identify qualified entrepreneurs, business owners, and creatives to equip them with the capital needed to make their dreams a reality." Yes. So,
yep. Exactly.
So there's that. So y'all, Bank Black, Killer Mike, Ryan Glover, and Andrew Young are teaming up to do this Black Bank.
Ashley, what's next with your new hairstyle? What's going on? What's next with
your new hairstyle? Don't be putting her on front. I still got birthdays. Don't I have birthdays? What else we got going on? Black History Jewel. So Martin Luther King Jr. is the youngest man to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. He was how old in 1964? We don't have to pull that information. But he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. So he was the first. Yeah, Black History Jewel. Okay, we'll figure out how old he was, but I think we have he was 35. He was 35. Y'all, he was so young.
Yeah. He was super young, and think about everything that he did within that time frame that he was on Earth. It's incredible.
I'm a firm believer in there's no such thing as age. Seeing, like, hearing his story, and then Chadwick Boseman, and then Malcolm X, and then, like, you hear about these stories where within a 3-year, 5-year periods, something clicked inside of a person that just shot them out like a rocket. So that's beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wait. Do what you're gonna do today, because about Kobe Bryant, it's like, dang, he left us young too. It's like, just do it, just go for it. Don't wait.
This is not a dress rehearsal. This ain't a dress rehearsal, y'all. Like,
right?
It's not. Like, do it.
Very much so. Very much so.
We got birthdays today.
Matter of fact, I remember while you looking for birthday, I remember Portia said, me and Portia was talking about this last week, Ty. If people knew their end date, like if people had the knowledge of their end date, I guarantee you, there would be no holding back for nothing. Nothing.
I don't want to know.
Portia said she would have just wild.
Right. I don't want to. What now?
Portia said she would have went hair on.
I didn't say that. That was Ty that said that.
That was Ty. That's right. That was Ty that said that. I said,
that was me. I'm doing everything. I thought about it after the show too. I was like, dang, I really, that was some truth. Like, I really would. Like, it was like, if I knew my end date, I would just go ham. Like, I would just be myself. I'm still trying to tap into that too. Like, wow, what if we did know our end date? What would you do? That's the question of the month. Like, that's the whole question of the month. What would you do? Seriously. You do need to vote. You do need to vote.
You hear? Let me see. I got a vote. I got a little vote chain. I got a vote chain. So
you do need to vote. I don't know if I got these little letters on there going right, but
no, they right. They right, and they sparkling, girl.
Vote.
Hold on.
We got to get this together, y'all, real quick. We cannot go into 2021.
Not with the current
administration. No, let me tell you, absolutely not.
The one thing that I'm happy about right now is that where I'm at, I got my passport. I'm telling everybody, if it go left, hey man,
you ready?
Ain't want me no 4 years in the United States. That ain't happening, brother.
What you gonna do, Romeo? You moving permanently?
Hey, rolling out this Romeo live from Europe. I'm glad to talk to y'all.
You going to Europe? Why wouldn't you go to Africa? I want to go to Africa. I'm going home.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, Portia. What you say? You going home?
I'm not playing with these people, and I'm not playing. I know we brought this up yesterday. Please excuse me, Ty and Portia and Rolling Out family. All y'all idiots that keep writing Kanye West's name on the ballot. He ain't in the race. What are you doing?
You're right there.
Vote.
He's not in the race. Y'all are like wasting paper. What are you doing?
And time and energy and efforts. So just, yeah.
Right.
Birthdays.
We waiting on you. Let's do it.
Birthday.
Kaplan College. Over 11 million people have voted early already. That's what's up.
So y'all, happy birthday to
Oh, it's a lot of birthdays.
Usher is 42. George Floyd, today would have been his birthday. Not exactly sure how old he would have been, but today would have been his birthday. Stephen A. Smith is 53. Jay Farrow is 33. And Shaka Tete, from Detroit, hailing from Detroit, is 72.
Wait a minute, y'all. Is that Ashley? Is that my producer?
Oh, go back. No, go back. No.
That is producer Ashley, y'all.
Pull that back up.
Yeah, let's see.
Pull that back up.
Yeah. Ooh,
y'all look to the bottom.
how
Yes,
she used
with
to
the
ask me
glitter
down.
shirt.
Yes, with the glitter, the sequins.
Sequin.
Yes, yes, yes,
Sequin.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
So happy
We
birthday
see you,
to
Ashley.
Olivia.
Okay.
Happy birthday. We got
Oh,
balloons.
her dad.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you're in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, and $1 million smile. So we gon' celebrate you for a while. And don't forget we got the candles when you away. Then don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles. Happy birthday, happy yeah. So if you're proud to make another year.
Okay. Waving in the air.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
All the birthdays, people celebrating their birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Nobody looked their age. I just want to give a round of applause. The vitamins y'all taking, the oils, the essential
we need
oils.
to know, yes.
Like
yes,
everything you're doing to stay and look young. Continue to do it. Yes, Black don't crack.
Ty and Cats in the City put me on my path. I'm telling you right now. Learn, fellas, it is cool. I will make it now. It is cool to moisturize, fellas. You better learn how to moisturize. You better learn how to clean your face, fellas.
Better learn. It's only 3 steps. You want to clean. You want to tone, and you want to moisturize. Come on. Cleanse, tone, moisturize. Close up those pores. Generate that collagen for a fresh, beautiful, fresh face.
Yes, fresh, beautiful, fresh face.
I'm gonna have to get on Ty's team with her beauty, because when I found out about toning, oh Lord, boy,
yeah,
fellas, saying
you got to. It's okay. Y'all know you don't get in the shower and not clean your face.
Please don't. That is a pet peeve. Oh my God.
Okay. I'm gonna get you, Ashley.
Yeah, you looking glowy.
Romeo's looking glowy. He got that sun. He got that sun over there. He getting that regular dose of vitamin D from the sun. Yes.
Let me tell you something, because we about to jump to the social report. I guarantee you, once you get into the routine, men, of how to clean your face, what toner is good for you, what moisturizer is good for you, and how to clean your face at night. And we ain't talking about just in the morning time, fellas.
Yeah.
You got to clean your face at night too. Man, Ty, hey, I be like a woman. I'm in the bathroom for about an hour now. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. Exactly, because look at what you got on. You got a shirt and you got a hat on. So what's exposed? Your face.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that corona can be all over that face and you don't wash it morning and night.
Listen, but that's true. That's true.
Seriously.
And even like as young as my kids are, I try to teach them. You wash your face not only in the morning, but at night too. You wash your face at night. Wash your face at night. Wash your face at night. So it's a constant struggle trying to get them to wash their face at night. They teenagers, y'all, but still.
But one thing that I noticed about the two of you guys, and I'm about to throw y'all a compliment. One thing I know about the two of you guys, and Don and Shay, like Black women have this natural beauty that is just endless. I mean, to me, when Black women put on makeup, they're complimenting the makeup. The makeup ain't complimenting them. It's just like the naturalness is just gorgeous. I love Black women and their skin and how they take care of their skin. Really do.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Romeo. Thank you so much. We don't say thank you enough. Like when people give us compliments, we be like, oh, but Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, you have to learn just how to accept, receive, and say thank you.
Because I'm gonna be the first black male. I'm gonna be the one of the male models for Beauty. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this out in the open. January 2021, I will be the male ambassadors for Beauty's men line. I'm gonna put it out because I'm pretty. Damn it. And let's go.
Oh.
Social report.
About your sin. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
So, Beauty for men coming soon. Check this out. Hey, shout out to Jaden Smith because I actually bought and tasted one of his waters. But Jaden Smith, his water box supplied over 300,000 water bottles to Flint, Michigan, and the communities. He is one of 5 celebrities who have actually built a system, placed that system in the community where families can go get free, clean, purified water. I wish I had a photo of one of his trucks, but they actually have trucks and water systems stationed in different communities where they can just go and it's just like a vending machine and get water. I love it.
Love it. Yes.
Jaden has done some amazing things already. We talk about, people are gone so soon, they're not doing enough, or you may not feel like you're doing enough. When you give back, it is like he probably doesn't expect anything to come back. But if you think about the billionaires and millionaires, they are huge givers.
Yeah.
And so out of that, it's just reciprocated, but it comes from the heart, definitely, especially when you think about Jaden and his mission of providing that water. I just wish there were other bigger brands out there to do the same thing, because Jaden just, not just started his water line, but he definitely has a mission behind it that I'm definitely on board to follow. Great job. That's amazing.
Leadership, definitely.
Like you said, he don't have to, because he's not even from Michigan. No attachment to Michigan. He don't have to, but he does. Next
I'm sure there's a lot of consumers out there that purchase the bigger brands as well and service that community already. So they need to just give back and follow the lead, like Portia said, of Jaden.
I want to call people out so bad. Go call them out. I want to.
Call them out.
She like bigger brands. Y'all know y'all. What we got, Ashley, with the new hair. So yesterday I told y'all all these major companies are going towards streaming. Amazon Studio, they just bought Coming to America 2 for $125 million. So basically, Coming to America 2 will not, and this is a sign, it will not be coming out in theaters as people thought. Amazon is going to release it on Amazon Prime. And I'm telling you, all these major companies, so the fact that the movie was going to come out in theaters and it was already paid for, the fact that Amazon said, you know what, I'm going to give y'all 125 just so we can have it. I'm telling you, follow the money.
That's where it's moving to. Right. Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, though. It means that we're in a moment where, not that streaming isn't popular, but it also means that theaters are not probable. The reality is, if you have a movie, you can't bake that cake for so long. So you have to have an outlet. So you have bidding wars on streaming services, but who's getting ready to go in? You want to recoup your money. You want to go someplace where somebody's going to have it. Obviously, Amazon believes in Black content, but there's no other choice right now, brother. How you going to see a movie? Who's going to sit up with 200 people in a room and wear a mask and try to eat some popcorn and slip it under your mask? How does that work? That is not quite the move. So it's not that streaming is not only just popular. I think streaming is something that is in the hands of everybody. We're streaming right now. So when you think about it, the advent of who's going to buy the movie, who's going to go see it, when you have theaters closing, like theaters are closing.
Right.
There's nobody to walk in there. Your theaters also have employees. Who's going to be an employee and sit around and know that 5 people aren't wearing their mask in a state where they're not wearing masks, it's not happening. So I think you're clearly right in terms of the prevalence and the ability of all of us to stream. That's all it, FaceTime is streaming. The technology is available. But what we see is that those platforms are bidding against each other to get this content that's already baked. It's baked, so they've made the movie.
Right.
And the places are crazy as Tyler's bubble, where he has a whole bubble being made down there where individuals are working every day to create content for these platforms. So
right.
Love it.
And even on before I move on, even on one of our platforms that everybody uses, everybody uses Netflix and stuff like that, you'll notice that they've created 3 separate categories of Black content. It's Black comedy, Black movies, Black directors, and you'll see that lineup of all those type of films. So please take advantage of supporting and leading that, but definitely pay close attention, like Munson said, to
we got to make sure that it's our narrative. Got to make sure that even as we're consuming, are we getting smarter? I do worry that our community could sit up in front of, because you can catch yourself. You binge, and before you know it, 8 hours into a movie versus 8 hours into a book versus 8 hours into e-commerce versus 8 hours into skill set acquisition. So it's something to beware as well, that you don't fall into these worlds where, all of a sudden you stayed up till 3 watching something. Was there a return? Because if you ain't gonna make no movie and you ain't gonna make no money, don't be a movie watcher and then not add anything to who you are.
And speaking of being aware, this next slide is definitely focused towards that. It was trending yesterday on the social report. So I need everybody to pay attention. Armed MAGA groups are planning to patrol the polls this election day. They stated that they'll step in. Now, here's the information. Trump supporters are gearing up to stage a potential violent demonstration on election day. Now, I need everybody to pay attention to this name. The group is named Oath Keepers. Oath Keepers have decided Oath Keepers have decided that it's their constitutional right to patrol the polls and protect people's election who are voting. And they have confirmed that some of them will be armed with concealed weapons because it's their right to patrol the polls. Now, I don't know who gave them we know who gave them the hint. I don't know who gave them the right, but the Oath Keepers. And the reason that I'm stating the name is because what I want to do is make Black people aware of when you're out. Like we always tell you, be aware of your surrounding, but be aware of these groups that are out there so that you can be knowledgeable about what's happening in your community, in your surroundings. So, yeah.
Where are they based out of, Romeo?
This is actually based out of, and this is gonna blow you away. This is
better not say Michigan.
This is coming out of Philadelphia.
But they have groups everywhere.
Sure. I'm sure. But Shirley, what's going on in Philly?
I don't know why you asked that question, Portia. Voter suppression is what it is.
I wanted to know where the group was based at. That's why I asked the question.
Make-believe voter boxes. Everything is about voter suppression. Anything is about intimidation. It ain't just there. It's about intimidation. Mm-hmm. It's voter suppression. Call it what it is. The other thing is controlling a narrative to incite fear. Like, at the end of the day, we don't care. At the end of the day, get to the polls and vote. You can anticipate voter suppression. That's what these lines are. You can anticipate people that, particularly where you have a right to carry an armed outlaw. Come on, this is not new. This is voter suppression. Mm-hmm. It's a surprise they're not pulling out a test. At the end of the day, when you get there, where you got to pass the test.
You got to pass the test. When did Martin Luther King win the Nobel Peace Prize? If you don't know that,
yeah. So it's just more voter suppression for all of those. Clearly, this is the history, but you need to make history and post your vote.
We voting. We're going to the polls.
And
it means a lot though if you think about it. All that they are trying to do to stop us from voting.
Wait a minute, y'all.
It's powerful.
Did y'all see the rally last night?
It's a caste system. Yeah. So you have it. Go ahead, Romeo. You want to talk about the rally?
No, I saw the rally. It's to your point, and it's to Todd's point. To your point about the intimidation part, you're absolutely right. It ain't nothing new. I think what's new is that I don't know if it's getting you. And y'all tell me. I don't know. It was already bold. I don't know if it's getting bolder or it's just like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and y'all got to deal with it. Like it's getting to a point where it's not even. I don't even think it's a threat no more. I think it's the all-out promise that we're going to scare you into not going into the poll. That's what we're gonna do.
But we can disseminate the most fake news to confuse the illiterate, those that really don't understand what's going on. You got to understand there's an entire population that doesn't understand that their jobs are going to be eliminated by artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. It's not quite the news flash when you tell your kids, you can be anything. No, there will not be a job for a cashier. You might want to not stock groceries. They are not that job that you've got is going to go away. Right. And so our narrative as a community is so stuck on cool, we haven't decided how much of the beauty industry will be Black owned. Those are the KPIs that will come out of our February Black Digital Conference for RIDE. But when you think about the amazing thought process that our forefathers had as they organized our thinking, because we really have to begin to tell our kids, now, why would you want to ever major in sociology unless it's digital sociology?
There you go.
With some statistics, with some degree that you're going to need, that's needed by society.
There you go.
You gotta understand, half the people now are wanting to videotape any meeting you have.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So no.
Yeah.
They're controlling the narrative. We got to control our narratives.
Yeah.
We've got to make sure that we have our rights. We got to make sure that the Second Amendment to the right to bear arms belongs to us.
Some of those countries are teaching their children in the thought of technology. That's how they're teaching their children.
Well, we're way too social in a moment where our social presence is a distraction from our accomplishments. And I'm gonna keep saying it, the home ownership is down. That's not on social.
You said home ownership?
Black home ownership is down, not on social. When you think about wealth, you can't have a conversation where everybody's, oh, it gotta feel good. No, sacrifice for you and your family and future generations may not feel good, but it is good. We're too hyped on things that are not gonna be rewarding. They could change the algorithm. You won't be as popular as you were tomorrow. So now you said, what? All the comedians got to post every day. Every day.
Hey,
now you're slave to the digital screen.
Most preacher, y'all, like he had
his breakfast Wheaties. He had his morning.
It's not a Wheaties, Miss 50s. So give us that. You got Dorothy Dandridge in the back,
No,
we really should have pulled up because I was definitely thinking of Hidden Figures was another one of those movies that you were representing.
I'm channeling today,
the Hidden Figures. But I do believe, we've got to get
Invisible
a few more
numbers.
Black sociologists on the show so we can really think about our agenda. We're going to win this election. We're going to boot, but we still need to be rebooting and having our own agenda. Yeah. Right now, we're going to push for Kamala. That's part of our agenda. It is not the end of our agenda. We got to get rid of these judges, and we really have to come out of this in better shape than we've gone into the pandemic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I watched I watched the lady yesterday during her thing on the Senate, the one they're trying to get in the office. This lady don't know nothing. I don't understand. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention, but the young lady that Trump is trying to get into office in the lifetime seat of the Superior Court. I watched that, Ty, and I'm sitting up here like, this lady don't know nothing at all. And I'm like, Kamala Harris said, she said, hey, I see you've been taking notes. What notes have you been taking? She held up a blank piece of paper and said, it's all in my head. Okay, yeah, it's a wrap for us. Who coming to Europe with me? You coming?
I'm staying. I'm sorry.
I'm going to Africa. I want to go to Africa.
Look, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna fight. But I done been to them other countries, and it's beautiful, and I loved it. Me and Dustin love to travel, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm staying in the United States, and I'm fighting. Oh. in my African voice, and I'm fighting.
I'll visit you via Zoom. Like, hey,
I'm gonna
have to get Africa a try, y'all. I'm gonna have to get Africa.
We built this country, so I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? But Portia, you tell me how things, going. And
I'm gonna have to give Africa a try, y'all. Yes. They got palaces over there that people just live in. Like, it's regular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me one of those.
Yeah. Go stay at Josephine Baker Palace. I heard they renovated hers, and it's just not.
I might come back to the States and visit. I'm gone. No, if. Woo. Speaking of if, I don't even want to say if, but did y'all see the presidential rally, the COVID super spreader rally event that he held last night in an airport hangar? Did y'all see that? It was people. Like, I can't conceive the amount of people that were out there.
Yeah, and with no mask.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this.
No mask.
Look at this, y'all. The amount of people. So that was an IG story from the New York Post. And you guys, it's still up, so you guys can go look at it if you want to look at it. But
they were interviewing some people that were out there, and the interviewer was like, so can you tell me, President Trump was just, diagnosed with COVID, and, he's not a big proponent of wearing masks. So I see that you're not wearing a mask either. Are you afraid that you would be diagnosed or maybe contract the virus? And the person was like, I'm fearless. I am fearless. And I'm prepared, and I believe in God, and I believe he's gonna be here to protect me. I want to say, you big dummy. You got to be wise. And if you're I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's the accent. Yeah. They was fearless. Listen, it was so many people out there. It was almost unbelievable that he still has. I guess I just can't conceive of it. Believing it, seeing is believing. But I'm like, damn, y'all ain't had nothing else better to do than to attend an outside rally with a man who had COVID. It's a lot of people in this crowd that got COVID, and y'all still just gonna show up with no mask.
Did y'all hear what he said? Yeah. Did you hear when he was like, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss everybody.
Yes, he was
threatening the beautiful ladies.
People. That's not even funny.
Look, y'all, wait a minute. This is video. This is recording. But I'm just saying, they must have had him in quarantine for too long, because he is mighty haunted.
Hey man.
Crazy.
It's
yeah, no words, right, Romeo? No words.
None. Like like you look at the video, like you looking at it, and in your head you're attaching him having it. You're attaching him on the debate day. You're attaching what he said about people who do have it, and you're there. Like I don't like I know 1 + 1 = 2, but what math are y'all using to be there?
You know, we shouldn't even be trying to think about the rationale or how could because when you think about it, it's not even just the COVID or things like that. People are I studied sociology, and in sociology it was things that came out about different cultures and people, where you have people that are AIDS chasers, where they chase after people. They want it. They want the disease. They want what it is. They want it, and it's the weirdest thing ever. And you can't really question crazy. You can't. Why? So it's like you don't question crazy. Just let them chase after that stuff, and get your money.
I'm about to tweet that.
Just worry about getting your money. Work on your business. Don't even go there. What they saying on Facebook, Romeo?
Oh, Jesus.
D Shield says the high numbers of intimidation attempts, strategic viral videos. They say they stand with morbidly obese, morbidly obsessed. Was
the peach,
right?
Agent Orange.
Catherine Collins says, "Yep, can't question crazy. That is going to be my new thing for the day." Suburban women. Now, I will say this: it was his suburban women vote for me that had me cracking up. I heard the comment that he made last night. 2 suburban women saying, "You have to like." He
Please
literally
like
said,
me.
"Please like me.
Please like me.
I saved you.
Please like me. Please.
I saved you."
Please like me, y'all. And he wasn't playing.
Who said that?
The president said that.
I saved you. Suburban women, I saved you. Please like me. He said that.
So what'd he say?
Let me tell y'all what he said. Hold on. Let me see if we can pull it up.
How he feel like he saved somebody?
What was it? What was it attached to? I think it was attached to.
It don't matter. It wasn't attached to nothing. It don't even matter because and I hate to when you hear the administration say things like, "Oh, we support Black people. We help Black people." Why? Because you feel. Is it because? And I also heard the comment of, "Oh, Trump has helped more Black people than Obama did when he was in office." Tell me, where are your resources? Tell me exactly where you're getting this information from, because you're just trying to divert the attention right now, like, and distract us from other things. Because are you only talking about, letting some Black men out of prison? Is that what you're talking about? Because all our Black men are not in prison. I'm sorry. Like, I hate when
it's a narrative. It's a script. So if you're conservative, you have a script. But you got to remember, they've had 3 years to be brainwashed. They've had 3 years to be the continuation of a radicalization of continuing the caste system. And if you look at them, they all fall into a category. They're zealots in some kind of capacity. They're definitely the person saying, "Oh, I'm willing to die if I get it." Well, they're already pretty much in the exit lane. Like, your expiration date is on your forehead and you don't, we know it, it, everybody knows it, you've got it. So not a real surprise. So I think it's the whole radicalized. I mean, and the sad part is when they're our community. To hear other people who have benefited by holding Blacks down, you got to remember, and let us all remember, and we should think about it sometimes. This is an entire generation, some of them are still living, who enjoyed raping our community, putting brothers in jail, got pensions for putting brothers in jail in cities and in small towns, totally abused our community, and they are enjoying this system. You got people whose states are smaller than DC, smaller populations, and DC doesn't have representation. So there are a lot of changes that will be addressed when the next administration comes. So we're not surprised, Ty, that they're willing to keep this narrative up because it was the narrative that they thought won. They won with this narrative.
Okay, that's what you
So
said.
the fact that they keep going with this same narrative, they've been radicalized. At the end of the day, you know, they don't have any problem with oppression. Why wouldn't they be for white privilege? So they're pretty much for white privilege. So they've got to go with the team that's for white privilege. You know, at the end of the day, they have no clue what being black is like. So,
None. And not interested
no.
in finding out.
Right. No. And why would you need? And then they find always a little pet to bring out and talk about how, they're black pets. They're black pets. Sometimes people, you know, that might be the test. We ask Iris or D Shields to come up. What's the black pet test? Because you know there are people in our community that want to be pets. They want to be petted, fed.
Who's the number one pet right now? Cameron. Ryan Cameron.
Well,
Kanye is the biggest pet right now.
So
Go
Ty,
ahead.
I found the quote, Ty. Are you ready? Okay, so the quote was, "Suburban women, they should like me more than anybody here tonight because I ended regulation that destroyed your neighborhoods. And I ended regulations that brought crime to the suburbs. You should like me and love me because I am giving you the American dream."
He said, please like me, please.
Well, at the end of the day, the narrative is they don't like you. At the end of the day is they found out about you. They've experienced you, and it wasn't a good experience. And they're now unemployed. So you got to understand that other margin is those individuals sitting in the home, and you got to remember, checks stopped. Those checks that were in the mailbox have stopped. So all those people that were still thinking, oh, well, it's going to get better. It did not get any better, and the checks stopped.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna maybe consider sending out another stimulus check.
The talks have resumed. The talks and it's a big stimulus check. It's big. It's real big.
Gaslighting, the famous gaslighting. He's yellow, the gaslighter. Come on, man.
He yellow, right? Must be
yellow, the color yellow.
I need to stop.
Can't wait till we bottle it up and send it back to him so he can wear some of everybody's.
Let me take this jacket off because it's yellow too.
Girl.
Think about it.
Terrible.
Make sure you're reading our history. It is something we need to be doing. I love that we can grab content. I love it's there, but I want us all to be putting in greeting and growing strong minds, Portia. Strong minds.
Strong is like extra strong.
Right.
Strong is like
strong minds. You know.
Strong is like on another level.
Right. Yeah. Not strong likes, strong minds. You know.
Strong. Yes.
Right.
Strong e-commerce. Strong.
And what Munson said earlier, man. Y'all got well, Ty brought it up, but y'all have to watch the wording that's being used. Yeah, I have black friends. Yeah, I love black people. Yeah, I've worked with black companies. If it becomes a singularity, I guarantee you, it's not something that is practiced today.
Right.
It's not a practice if it's a singularity. Yeah. I know, Rome. I remember. I didn't pay attention to it. I think it was like maybe junior year, senior year. I remember this frat boy was like, "Yeah, I know Romeo. He's one of my favorite black DJs. I couldn't just be a DJ. I just couldn't be that.
You was a black DJ.
I was the black DJ. So it's just you have to watch wording and how people present that to you. Pay attention.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, y'all. So what else we got? Did we close out the social report? That was it.
Yep, we closed that out.
All right.
We closed that out after Ty put her threats up there.
What she say? What did she say?
Look at Ty. Walk up on me on this pole. You want to?
That's why I just, I mail in mine. I have to research my stuff, y'all. I don't play.
That ballot is online, y'all. We can't say enough to research your stuff beforehand. Put in some work. Like, this is not for play. Who said that? It's not for play, y'all.
Yeah, and then the work, like Monson said earlier, we have all this digital and platform, and like you can read. It's easy to do it. Like we say work, but literally, you putting in a person's that what they're doing. You can go to their social media. You can see exactly what these people are about and their initiatives and their whatever their platforms are. You can see it. So it's really easy. You literally just have to show just a little bit of effort and type in.
Report that effort.
Look it up. Right. It's so simple.
So simple.
Put in the research, y'all. We got a little less than 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
You're making this a family affair. We all gonna be.
Don't make that face. You need to be happy. We need to be understanding. The moving van is coming to move homeboy out.
Yeah.
He said he's not going, Mustard. He said he's not
going. I'm not listening to the false narratives that he likes people.
Fake news.
It's not up to you, homie.
Right.
It's not up to you. You don't have that power. It's not up to you. Once again, it's the sad part about fake news and the fake news machine. Like, it's a conversation that people didn't have. So all of a sudden they know the narrative. Even some of the big media outlets are being irresponsible by creating a conversation. If you're going to do that, then every week do one on DC statehood. If you're going to do that, then say who shouldn't be a state because DC has more population than your state. If you're going to create fake news, create some real news. Because at the end of the day, we need to be requiring real news. No, we don't have a problem with transfer of power. You are one man. You don't want to move. The Secret Service no longer works for you. The FBI no longer works for you. The Justice Department no longer works for you. And by the way, we're going to show you how it happens when you think that you can take over this democracy. They're just waiting.
I like that. And then
these generals don't work for you. After that, when the new guy, they work for the new Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and This Is America. And we thank you for your poor service.
Why we gotta thank for? Why we gotta thank him for? Because
we are a polite culture, and we're gonna say thank you, goodbye.
And you know who's at the end of that line?
You're fired.
Munson just gave y'all from Secret Service to General. You know who at the end of that line? Little Tony them. Little Tony them. They'll call Little Tony them. Tony,
round up the troops, round them up.
Dude,
Munson took it back to his reality days, y'all, and said, "You're fired."
You're fired.
You're fired.
Everybody's waiting to say it. You know, Congress is gonna be there. You can see Aunt Maxine saying, "You're fired." Everybody's saying, "You're fired."
Get your COVID up out of here.
Brittany, you don't have a super spreader rally event. You just leading the people, misleading the people.
No, it's not. He is doing exactly what he is supposed to do.
That's the super
He's going to keep his narrative. He does not care who he hurts. So that's not a surprise. Not even really a conversation. We need to make sure our community is prepared post him. Like, what are you doing post? What kind of act are you thinking about?
Yes.
We may be caught where, and see, even for us, we might want to wait for the stimulus so we can know the roles and look at the stimulus package from our vantage point. Because we don't want to miss like we missed on PPP.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I thought that late, but I got it.
All right, boo. Yeah. Yes.
Positive thoughts. Let's start off with Portia. Do not read. Off the dome.
Off the dome. So positive thoughts. Positive thoughts of the day, y'all. A lot of people go around saying how they wish they had, they wish they could, they wish, looking at other people's lives. You have not because you ask not, you have not because you want not, you have not because you do not. Okay? It's a word. That's a word. Uh-huh. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? I'm just saying, you have not because you ask not, you have not because you want not, you have not because you do not. Okay, I'm passing the ball. I'm dropping the mic on that one.
Who you passing it to?
I'm passing the ball to Ty. Vote.
Yeah. See, Portia, you just gave my point. My positive thought of the day is vote. Use your voice in a good way. Okay? Don't stand by. Stand up and vote. Use your voice in a good way. Control your narrative. It is important. It is so important. They're doing everything to intimidate us and try and take your right to vote. So vote, support my girl, get this necklace. Okay, all right.
Hit me up in the DMs.
Yeah. On over to Romeo.
I got these for y'all. DM me.
My positive thought of the day goes to my namesake, Romeo. Protect women's rights. I have been very intuitive into what's going on in the nation, the politics that are taking place, and what I've noticed is there are a lot of men, older white men, speaking on the rights of women and their choices. If you're a dude, you can't make no choice for no woman, especially no black woman. So everybody, let's do a better job at protecting women's rights and keep them safe and secure as a man, a real man, is supposed to do. And I pass the ball to Mr. Steve.
Hey, everybody, we appreciate it. Thanks, Romeo, for the catch the ball, catch the knowledge, catch the wisdom, catch the excitement, catch protecting women, but definitely protect your mind. Like, don't fall for the shenanigans, get across the finish line. Don't even give power, speak truth to power no matter what you do today. This is Rolling Out AM. Tune in us tonight for a seat at the table. And of course, Nothing New Under the Sun with Miss Cora Berry. It's an exciting evening programming. Look out for Rolling Out TV coming your way on the station, live and in color. So all of you, thanks for tuning in. Share the show. If you could today, go ahead and like us and share the show. We are closing out. We are Rolling Out AM.
Yes, we are Rolling Out AM. With Miss Cora Mastersberry. Okay, let's get that right.
No, you get it right.
I got it right. I'm making sure I'm representing for the Baby Panda Club.
At the end of the day, you know what? She was just on my phone.
For the Baby Panda Club.
Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great day.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tonight. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. And remember, you
thanks, everybody.
Ask not because you do not, because you won't not. Y'all better get busy. Bye, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
What?